Ladies and gentlemen, please let me introduce you, uh, my client, my friend, a musician, Tony. Tony have been doing music for quite a while, but only recently you became a professional musician. And
Yes.
thanks to your wife, Kelly, who actually brought you to my attention. Uh, I kind of experienced a little bit of your party on March 30.
Hmm.
Thank you for inviting and having me a part of your
Oh,
production.
it's my pleasure. My pleasure.
Um, so Tony is a musician. He sings and not dance. I seen a little couple of moves and. How do you start a career at like we just spoke prior to the camera?
Hmm.
It's a little bit discriminatory when people say, "Oh, he become a musician such at such an old age, like younger than you know." There shouldn't be a limit when your music career. You have time. You can become musicians. You're like living proof of that.
Yes. All through the years that I became stagnant, I always had it in the back of my mind
Hmm.
that I could still do this, and which after my working career, I had time and I worked at, you know, being a better musician.
Hmm.
I had to study the music to get back into the
But
flow of
what
things.
caused? Why this year? Why not 5 years ago? Why not 5 years from now? What caused it? Because
I think I needed to be a
just
better student of
you had
music to.
found time.
Oh,
You get retired. You
I
have more things to do.
I retired, and I had it allowed
Mhm,
me to give me more time to practice the
mhm.
craft, and that's
Okay,
how I did it.
so when people retire, they can start a
Oh
second
yes,
career in
I
music.
thought I would never do this, but I found time, and I
Does it bring you joy?
oh
Do you
much
feel
much
alive and
yes,
it's
much
something?
joy, and I
Uh,
think anyone can do it if you apply yourself. If you have the time and that's what you
mhm.
want to do, and you have a passion for it,
But
you can
baby
do it.
boomers have, you need to have some kind of nest egg to be able not to think of bills, which is bring me to the question of your song. How come the song is about bills?
Well, I know that that's something that we all can relate to. I mean, during my younger years, I struggled paying bills, and
Okay.
I used to live week to week paying bills,
Hmm.
worked long hours, you know, moonlighted, did all these type of
Hmm.
things, which didn't allow me to play my music.
I see.
And that's how I,
So but senior folks usually already kind of establish if either they made it or not. But I went to your concert,
hmm
and I would say average age was 60, 70, 80. Maybe I seen probably 90-year-old person.
hmm hmm
And how those folks usually don't work. They already collect their pension, they collect, the Social Security.
hmm
How do they relate towards the paying bills? Are they? Is that a message to help your kids, help your next generation, or like survival mode, or it's like having fun with your retirement? What's the message?
Well, the message is to you can prepare. If you prepare right, you won't have to struggle in your later age. And
Mhm.
and some of us can't do that, but if you learn to manage a little bit, that would help you.
Since we don't have Kelly with us at the moment filming this episode, can you tell me a little secret? How did you manage to convince your wife to have two beautiful younger ladies playing your girlfriend on the set? I don't think my wife would ever let me have my pretty models
Oh yeah, it was a
playing.
pleasure working with these ladies, and I think we had a great team. Everybody was immature in
Mhm.
all aspects of the thing, and they were enjoying it, and I think we worked well together.
Oh, I see the result.
Uh,
Definitely, you guys have great chemistry, and
yes,
it's
oh,
all
it was it
it's
was
been.
smooth sailing
Uh,
throughout the whole. It was not like work. We were enjoying each other,
mhm.
enjoying what we were doing.
How long did it took to from start to finish with the video and the beats and the music all the
I
work?
think it took us about eight hours.
Wow,
hmm
8 hours to
Yeah.
write the song, to write the
Oh, to write
beats.
the song. Well, I wrote the
The
song previously. Well, I mean, I thought you was talking about the
like.
video and everything like that. No, it was a song that was in me,
Mhm.
and
So you had
the
it for a
song
while.
came to me pretty fast because usually I can
Yeah,
struggle
it's
with lyrics.
uh-huh.
It could take
Oh,
me weeks, months with a song because I want
lyrics
to.
is the longest part.
Yeah,
What
it
about the
depends on
beats?
the beats. Oh no, I think that comes easiest for me. If I put down a beat, it depends on the
An
song.
hour,
It's
2 hour, like a couple of days.
well, it could. I can put down a beat and
Hmm.
come back the next day. I don't like it. I change it. Or the bass line, or it sounds good at the time. Next day, I might make some adjustments.
Hmm. How did you come up with the particular timing? Uh, why now? Why March 30? Well, like, how did you do release? Is that or was the Kelly's message
That
or?
was Kelly's idea. Yeah,
Mhm.
she, my birthday was on the 28th, so she
Yes,
made it a celebration
yes. So
as well,
she converted your birthday
right?
into
And then
the.
she got people who came for my birthday as well as to
I
release the
see.
song. So it worked out pretty
So
good.
that
Yeah,
worked. I see.
she's a planner. I mean, without her, I don't know how far this would have went. Yeah.
Uh, is there any message for the audience, like as far as musician, should they follow your steps? Should they tackle the market of I don't know if it's called senior market of senior. It's more like a adult market. Because a
Well,
lot.
it depends on how you view it. I mean, as a songwriter that I would like to be, I wouldn't put myself in any category because I might write an opera song or
Mhm. No,
jazz or
the way no, my question is, for me, a filmmaker, right?
right.
I found out when I came to your event, it was mesmerizing to see people buying CDs. I have not seen that for a long time. People, younger folks, they download things.
Hmm.
And at your event, I actually saw people buying T-shirts and CDs. And usually, it was my perception that musicians who start young at young age
Hmm.
and one while they grow up and become older, their fan base gets older with them, and that's all it is
Hmm.
for the folks senior. I do not see a new voice in that particular market, where so those folks, I think, kind of beat up and tired of the same faces, same messages, same musicians. So I don't know any musicians other than you who actually tackle the market of 70, 80-year old. Because only the people who sing for this market are the people who sing for them when they were 20, 30, 40 years ago.
True. And I think people miss that market. Your older generation, they don't stream, they don't do these type of things
Hmm.
technically.
Older
And
people still go online. People,
yeah, they do.
people
And the younger
internet.
generation, it's second nature to them to do all of these things. And I think
I
to
see
tap that
people
market, yeah,
doing the subscribe and the Facebook and those 60, 70-year old. Kelly told them, and they just boom, boom, boom.
yeah.
They
But
did
there are
it right.
some that don't want to go to the next click, to next click, the next click.
Hmm.
So you have to lead them into that, and
I see.
that takes a skill too.
Hmm.
To
How, but as far as I think it's a very lucrative market
hmm
because when what I saw at your event, what was truly mesmerizing for me as a filmmaker, as someone who to see that those younger people, very difficult to get them to pay for like video photography,
oh yeah,
anything they
definitely.
want. They think they can do it with their phone
Hmm.
for free, and they don't need any. And all the folks actually appreciate the service, tipping, and that kind of service
Hmm.
stuff. So I think it's a baby boomers is amazing category of the clientele for filmmaking.
Hmm.
But I think that you're truly onto something. Like, what's the future for? Like, how do you plan to capitalize on that market
Well, you have to.
as a musician? Not Kelly will answer her part as the in the business side.
Well, as a musician, I think the difference is to when you write a song, it's using today's sounds, it's using the tools of today to mix with the sounds of old because everything is sampled. You might hear songs of today is sampled from
Hmm.
yesterday, and to know how to mix that so you can reach the young as well as the old. I think that's
Let's talk about a little hiccup that I saw at your event, if I may. You invite two young comedians who are pretty good comedians, but they have failed, in my view, to connect with the audience. No
Yes.
matter what they try to do, the audience just did not get engaged with them.
right.
And I think that if I saw their act like on YouTube or if they would just talk about the grandparents and the parents issues and talk about their probably they have grandfathers and grandma, I'm certainly they would be able to connect. But how
Yeah,
that
I thought they didn't really relate to that audience. That would happen with any comedian if they
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know their audience. They you could be funny with one and then
it's
bomb the next.
whatever
Yeah.
it's funny for one
Yeah,
audience is might not be
Right.
funny
And
for
I think that might have been a new audience for them. I'm not sure
So
because I
they
saw
have- they have-
their act and it
and,
was
and
funny.
it was funny. So
Yeah.
it's really important the
I think
audience.
they were being kind though. They were. I told them, "You go ahead, you roast me if you want." But they were good guys. They didn't. Want to do that.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying they're bad guys, but I'm just saying that how I think what you did was so graceful. So I do pageants, I do fashion shows. So not everybody wins. I have only one queen at the end of the show,
Right.
And all the other girls don't win. So the key in fashion in the pageant world is win or lose, you do it with grace. And these guys show a lot of class.
They sure
You,
did.
you don't like my joke? I understand. I didn't connect. That's fine. I did my act. They stayed to the end. They,
Right,
they
they
didn't
did.
leave the station and said, "Oh, guys, you don't dig
Yeah.
me. I'm out of here." They actually took the punishment and
They
and
did.
and
And
just
they came to me and said they was
kept going,
apologizing. I told them, I
kept
said,
going,
hey,
and
I tried to explain to them that, hey, this audience probably didn't understand your humor, and that's all it was. You know.
Okay, cool. Is there a message for the audience? Like, if anyone wants to reach out, like, let's say, look at your music, what would be the Instagram or Facebook? How they can look it up?
Well, they can go to tdkmusicnow.com, and then that'll lead you to all my social media, Instagram, Twitter, all of these.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.